Dear student, today we are going to start a new topic, that is square root. In the last part we have discussed and we have completed about the square. Now this is the second part of this topic, that is square root. Now let's see what is square root. Now we have square root. This is a new topic of this chapter. What is square root? Let's see. Square root. Square root is square root. Square root of a number n is that number which when multiplied by itself give n as a product again. This is a definition of the square root. Or in other words, we can say that in other words, this is a definition of the square root. Square root of a number is that when that number in which when multiplied by itself give n as a product again. So in other words also we can say that in other word if n is the given number, n is a given number, n is a given number. In other word, if n is a given numbers, n, m is its square root, then how will you write? Then n equal to m square. Because in other words, n is a given number, then the square root of n is equal to what? M square. This is so square root. There is a symbol for square root. Square root is represented by the symbol of, this is a symbol of the square root, that is square root of n is equal to m. This is a symbol of the square root. So now again, square root of a number n is that number which when multiplied by itself give as an n product. In other words, if n is a given number and m is its square root, then n is equal to m square. So again, the square root is represented by the symbol of, this is a symbol of square root. So square root of n is equal to m. This is a short description about the square root. Now there are two methods of the square root to find out. The first method is finding the square root by repeated subtraction, and the second one is finding the square root by prime factorization method. There are two methods. Now we have to consider two methods to find out the how to find out the square root. Let's see. The first method is finding square root by repeated subtraction. This is the first method how to find out the square root by repeated subtraction. The first step of finding square root by repeated subtraction is do repetitive subtraction. These are the three steps to find out the square root by repeated subtraction. Let's see. Do the repetitive subtractions of 1, 3, 5, 7, 9 of odd numbers. These are the odd numbers. We have to subtract by the odd numbers from the given number until the region is 0. We have to subtract the given number by odd numbers. By odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 30, 11, 13, 15, 17, 19. In this way, consecutively, we have to subtract the given number by the odd numbers until we get the 0 as answer. and count the number of times the subtraction has been performed to arrive to 0. And again, we have to count how many times we have subtract the given numbers till to arrive 0. And let this number be 0. The number of time of subtraction should be n. Then the square root of the given number will be the n. N will be the correct answer. N will be the square root of the given numbers. So let's see one example here. How we'll find the square root by repeated subtraction. Let's see. This is an example. Find the square root of 49 by repeated subtraction. This is an example to find out the square root of 49 by the repeated subtraction. What we are going to use? We are going to use the odd numbers as to subtract from the given number. First, solution. This is a solution. First, 49 minus 1. First odd number, that is 48. And again, 48 minus second odd number, that is 3. What will be the answer? 45. And again, from this answer, you have to subtract again the next odd number, that is 5. The answer comes 40. Now, 40 minus the fourth odd number is 7. You will get the answer 33. And 33 will be subtracted again by 9. You will get 24. And this 24 should be subtracted again by 11. That is 13. And this 13 will be subtracted again by another odd number, that is 13. The answer got 0. Here we will stop subtraction because we are getting the given number until the reason is 0. We are getting the number 0. So we will stop here. Then the next is how many, count the number of subtraction has been done. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and 7. Then number of subtraction we have done is how many times we have done. Let's see. Here, let's see how many times we reach at 0 by repeated subtraction of odd numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we reach at 0 by repeated subtractions of 7 odd numbers. So what will be the square root of 49? The square root, the square root of 49, that is root 49 is equal to how many times? 7. 7 is the right answer. We can find out the square root of 49 by using the repeated subtraction. We have to subtract the given number by the following odd number consecutively, okay, next by next, then till up to 0. So we reach at 0 by repeated subtraction of how many times? 7 odd numbers. So 7 is the n. So square root of 49, that is 7. 7 will be the square root of n, is the correct answer. So next, let's see last example. Then the second method, the second method is finding the square root by prime factorization method. And again, after the first one is finding square root by the repeated subtraction, and the second one is finding the square root by the prime factorization method. Everybody understand what is the prime factorization? How will you calculate, how will you find out the prime factorization? You all understand. But there are, let's see the rules. Even though we have to see how to find out the square root, let's see. Break the given numbers. First step is we have to break the given numbers into its, and this is another method, that is finding the square root by the prime factorization method. There are 1 2 3 5 steps. Let's see what are the steps. First, everybody understand that what is how to proceed the prime factorization method. So the first is break the given number into its prime factors by repetitive division. You all understand this one, how to find out the prime factorization. Step number 2, make a pair of prime factors till all the factors are exhausted. Now we are going to make the pairs. And step number 3, take one factor from each pair. So after making the this one pairs of every numbers, then we have to take one as a factors, only one pair from one numbers. And in step number 4, find the product of all the factors taken in step 3. Those factors taken from the step 3, that one number should be taken from the one pair, so all that numbers should be product, means all numbers should be multiplied. Then the resultant product is a square root of the given number, and those product multiply in step number 4 will be the square root of the given number 1. So this is a second method for finding a square root by prime factorization method. So let's see the examples. Now this is an example. Find the square root of 900 by prime factorization method. We have to find out the square root of 900 by using the prime factorization. First step is break the given number into the prime factor by repetitive division. Now let's see. Solution. Let us find the prime factors. We have to find out the prime factor first. Prime factors of 900. Now you take by 2, you will get 450. Now again take 2, you will get 225. Now again take 2, 1, no, this cannot be taken by 3. This will be taken by 3. The answer will become 75. Again by 3. The answer will become 25. And this will be again divided by 5. This is a repeated breaking the numbers into its prime factors by repeated division. These are all the factors of the 900. Now, so prime factors of 900 is equal to how much? 2, 2, 3, 3, and the 5, 5. These are all factors of 900. So in the second method, what it say? Make a pairs of prime factors till exhausted factors. Now we are going to make the pair. 1 pair, 2 pair, 3 pair. This is pair for 1, 2, 3. So take one factor from each pair. Now we are going to take the factor. Now take one factor from its pair. Now we are going to take pairs. So what is the square root of 900? Now you take 2. Now you take 3. Now you take 5. Now we are taking only one numbers. So what is the answer? The answer will be 6 into 5. The square root of 900 is how much? The square root of 900 will be 30. So therefore, square root of 900 will be 30. In this way, we can find out the square root of 900 by prime factorization method. By repeated subtraction also, this method by repeated subtraction also, we can find out the prime square root of the given number, and by prime factorization also we can find out the square root of the given numbers. This is another example to find out the square of this 8. Now this is another examples to find out by using the prime factorization method. This is another. Find the smallest number by which 8,820 should be divided to make it perfect square. Find the square root of the product so obtains. Now we are going to find out the smallest number that can be smallest number by which 8,820 should be divided to make a perfect square. What number we are going to find out is, we are going to find out 8,820 when it is divided by another number, it will get a perfect square. And again, we have to find out the square root of perfect square so often. The number which multiply to 8,820 we will obtain another numbers. We will take the square root of that number, and we will get the we will find out the square root of that number obtained also. So let's see here. The first thing is what we are going to do is we have to let us find the prime factors. That means first we have to find out the prime factorization of 8820. Now we are going to find out the prime factorization of 8820. That means 4410, next, and 2205, right? So yes, 2205. The next one is divide by 5, that is 441. Next one is again divide by 3, this will be 147, and again this will be divided by 3 again. The answer come 49. This will divide by 7. These are all the factors of 8,820. 8,820. The factors of 8,820 is 2 into 2, 3 into 3, and 5, 7 into 7. Now there are 2 are pairs, 3 are pairs, and 7 are pairs. One is unpaired number. The unpaired number is 5. So since, let's see here, since 5 is left unpaired, 5 is an unpaired number, so the smallest number by which 8,820 should be divided to make perfect square is what? Which number? 5. Unpaired number should be divided. So let's see. If 8820 is divided by 5, what is the answer? If you divide 8820 by 5, you will get 15387 35 3265 4. 1764 is the quotient. So now we are going to find out, this is a new number that we got after the unpaired numbers 5 divide the given numbers. So we are going to find out the square root of 640. What is the square root of 640? The square root of 640, again we can find out here. Let's see. 2 2 2 2 3 3 into 7 into 7. Now 5 will divide by, and 5 is no more again here. So if you take here also, if you take the prime factorization of this 1764, you will get these factors. In case of 5, see, there are so many method to find out it, this one for this question. Okay, so we are going to find out the square root prime factors of this number. If you divide this, if 1764 prime factors of 1764, these are the prime factors of the 1764. Now what are you going to do? Square root of 1764. What will you take? You will take only the 1 pair numbers, that is 2, 3, and 7. How much come? 6. 6 into 7, that is 42. Therefore the square root of 1064 is equal to 42. So here we will say that thus the smallest number is 5, and square root of perfect square is 42. These are the answer. We can find out by using this question. We can find out in this way. Suppose if it is divide, then you will multiply. Sorry, if it is multiply, now the question is considering about divide, but when a question is about multiply, then what will you do? You can multiply here. You will multiply this given number by unpaired number 5, and then you will find out the same process again. Now we have concluded another example for how by using the method of prime factorization we are finding the answer. So we have concluded what is square root, and finding the square root by repeated subtraction, and finding the square root by the prime factorization, and we have concluded few examples how to find out by repeated subtraction of how to find out by using the repeated subtraction, and how to find out by using the prime factorization method. The next topic is the square root of the rational number. What it says, let's see here. The square root of rational number, that is p by q, where q should not equal to 0, is that rational number Rs, where s is not equal to 0, which when multiply by itself. So which when multiplied by itself give the number again p by q. This is the square root of p by q is equal to r by s only if r by s bracket square is equal to p by q. That means, see, for example, we see one example here. 4 by 5, that is square is equal to how much? 16 by 25. Then again, square root of 16 by 25 is again, you will get how much? What is the answer? Square root of 16 by 25 is again, you will get the same answer, 4 by 5. This is the example for this question. Understand? Or else we can say like this also, p by q. So we can say that, so square root of p by q is equal to what? P by square root of p and square root of q. You will get the answer p and q. Understand? Now let's see one answer. Find the square root of 289 divided by 361. Now this is in form of rational number, or we can say that this is in form of fraction also. We can say this also in what is this in form of the fraction. We can say that square root of rational number as a fraction s. This is in form of fraction. Okay, these are examples. So what we are going to do is that we have to find out the square root of 289 by 361, and then we have to find out. Now first we have to find out the square of 289 and the 361. You can find out this by using prime factorization method also, no problem. If you multiply this, you'll get 17. So here comes 17. Okay, 17 into 17. Here comes how much? 19 into 19. Then we have to take only one. Then what is the answer here? Square root of is 17 by 19. So this is in form of what? This is in form of rational number. That means in form of fraction. If the square root can be find out the number which can be in the form of fraction, or which can be put in the form of rational number also, we can find out the square root. That is why we are using this form. This is an example. If any numbers in form of the p by q form, that is in a rational number or in the form of fraction also, we can find out the square root of the given fraction or given rational number in this way. Understand? So in this form, this is when the numbers are given in the fraction or in the rational number, we can find out the square root. So if the given numbers are in mixed fraction also, you can find out the square root. That mixed number should be given in the improper fraction, and then we can find out the square root of the given mixed fraction also. And again, if it is a decimal also, we can find out. Suppose if the numbers is given in this way, this is in form of the mixed fraction, so you can put in the improper fraction. Then 8 plus 5 is 13 by 4. So now it comes in the form of fraction, so we can first the mixed fraction will convert into improper fraction, and you can find out the square root of the given numbers, given fractions. And again, if these numbers are given in form of this one, in form of decimal form also, you can find out the square root. How will you find out square? First you will convert this, will convert in the whole numbers divided by, will make the decimal point in the place of decimal point, we will divide by 100, so that we can find out the square root of this decimal point also. We can find out if the given number is in the mixed fraction also first, and after the mixed fraction, then we will convert into improper fraction, and we can find out the square root. If the given number is in decimal form also, we will put the decimal form in the fraction, and then we'll put this decimal point into the fraction, so that we can find out the square root of the given decimal point also. We can find out the square root of the given mixed fraction also. In this way, we can find out the square root. This is another examples. Multiplication of 2 square. How will you multiply 2 square? Let's see. Very easy. Okay. First, we are going to find out the square root of the 169 and 1225. First, you find out the square root of 165. The square root of 165 is how much? That is 13 into 13, right? Square root of this 225. Square root of the 225 is, if you find out here, 2253, that is 7 5. Again by 3, you will get 25, that is 5 5. You will get 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. Now you will get all together, you multiply all together, 13 into 3 into 3 into 3 into 5 into 5. Now you take only 1, 2, 3. Then you will get 13, 3 and 5. You this square root will be disappear after getting, because we are taking only 1, so that is why 13 into 3 into 5. Now comes, you can do like this also. Okay, this square root will be cut, because we are taking 3, 1, that is square. So if you are taking only this 13, 3 and 5, then if you are not putting the square also, no problem. But if you want to properly show how the square root has been disappear, then you have to make the square of 13 into 3 into 5, and this square root and this square will be cancelled. Then the remaining will be 13 into 3 into 5. Your answer will be 195. If you multiply these two, square root of 169 into the square root of 225, your answer will be 195. Did you get my point? This is the another example how to multiply the two given square root numbers. Understand? This is a last method for finding a square root, that is a long division method. This is a last And this is the last topic of the square and the square root. So finding the square root by long division method. Let's see. We have already learned how to find out square root of the square by the method of prime factorization and by method of the repeated subtraction also. But this method has a limitation. We can use it for a number which are not perfect square and also cumbersome to some factors of large numbers. So by the long division methods, we cannot find out the number which are not perfect square, and it is cumbersome to find out the factor of large number. So here we can find out the numbers by using this division method. We can find out the for the larger numbers also, perfect square for the larger numbers. We can find out the perfect numbers for larger numbers, that is number like 1 2 6 7 3 6 etc. Even if they are perfect square, if they are perfect, even if they are perfect squares, so we can find out by using the division method. The long division method, however, can be used for any numbers, big or small, or even if it is not a perfect square. So in this long division method, if the number is small, if the number is given number is small or big, or even if it is not perfect square also, we can find out the answer by using the division method. The long division method, what are the use of long division method? Can be used for any number, big or small, even if it is not perfect square. And more especially, this division method is to find the square root for the larger perfect square numbers. If the number are very larger, we can use this division method. It will be very easy for them. So this is a division method. We have used square root, how to find out the square root. The first one is by what? By this repeated subtraction, and the second one is by prime factorization method, and this one is square root finding by what? By long division method. In this long division method, we are using long division method for number are large or big, even though if it is not perfect square also, we can use this method to find out the square root of the given numbers. We can use the long division method, and there are the steps how to find out the division methods. Let's say these are the steps to find out the division method. See, the square root of 1296 by using the long division method. Place a bar over every pairs of digits starting from the digit in one place. From this side, we are going to put a bar against two digit pairs of digits. That one is 6 and 9, 2 and 1. Now we are putting here. Now start the long division by taking the number under the bar on the extreme left to be divided. This 12 will start from 12. Okay, find the largest number whose square is less than this. We have to find out the largest number whose square is less than 12. So the less than 12 is or equal to it. Here the number with is 3. 3 is 9. So in this step, 3 is a divisor and the quotient will be again 3. And the 3 is a divisor and the 3 should also a quotient. Now in the step 3, let's see the step 3. In the step 3, on dividing the remainder 3 again. Then now 3 is here. So 12 minus 9 is 3. So again now add 3 to 3 to get 6. Now again 6. In the divisor we are getting 6. In the divisor column, bring down the number under the next bar. We are going to bring down this both number 96. Now the number comes 396. Then in the case this is a new dividend, that is 396. We are getting the 396 as a new dividend. So after subtraction from minus 12 minus 3, 12 minus 9 is equal to 3, and then we are going to bring down both the next two number, that is 93. We obtain a new number, that is 396. Now find the largest possible digit which is to be written alongside with 6 to get to give 62 or 63, etc., and by which the new divisor is to be multiplied so that the product is less than or equal to 396. Now we are going to put here again, we are going to put the along written along the side. In here we are going to put the numbers which will get 396. So here comes 66. Okay, but the number should be less than or equal to the new dividend, same as in step number 2. Now again, we can see such a number is 6. Write it beside 6 in the divisor column to get a new divisor that is 66. The equation of 66 into 6 is 396, and the remainder is 0. Now again, if you divide, 6 is already here because 3 plus 3 is 6, and now another 6 is there. So we are going to put these numbers. Now again we are going to find, beside that we are going to add 6, because if you multiply 66 into 6, you will get this number, and then the remainder will be 0. As the remainder is 0 and no more division are left in the given number, the number will stop. If the remainder is 0, then we will stop. So the square root of 1296 equal to 36. In this way we can use the long division method. So we'll have started a square root, and this is the symbol of the square root, and how to find out, there are method to find out square root by repeated subtraction. Another one is by prime factorization method, and another one is what? And another one is by and another one is square root of the rational numbers, and another one is by using the prime factorization by using what? By using the long division method. The long division method is very useful because it can be find out the square root of the smaller number or a bigger number, or those numbers which are not a perfect square also. By using the prime factorization we can use it. So this is another part of this square root. So in next part, that will be the last part, and we'll show you few examples about the long division method of the square root. For right up today we will wind up here. Thank you, students.